So I'm just packed and I'm off to meet Tim. He's arriving, and just to get some clothes and going to another hotel. So I'll check in soon. This is Royal Road that Post Museum is on, in Little India. So yeah, just walking down there now, unless I've missed it, but this space is sort of a dual space shop, in an old sort of shop front or shop building, with studios upstairs, and they run a cafe as well, which is where I was in the first log, and having sort of a some food and stuff there, and it's really great. So there they are right at the end there, in that white building with the neon Post Museum sign on it. So yeah, just going to chill out in front of that and wait for Tim to arrive. Okay. This is the alley that we might use to set up a little alfresco sort of workshop area. Maybe with I think Tim's bringing a sort of a banner over, like one of those vinyl banners.
Wrong way.
They're gonna love that.
Yeah. Technology. I still love.
So we're arriving at the quality, I think, and thus the marble testament to that.
Yeah, they really could take down the sign.
What's your impression? Are you enjoying the ambience?
It's finally some aircon, yeah, I'm enjoying that. The ambience. Yeah, I didn't have a uniform though. So.
What room number, sir?
911.
That over there,
Great,
sir.
thank you. Where's my card?
It's huge.
This
is nice.
Compared to the one I was just in, this is Shangri-La. So, just got myself some nice tea, which is great, and that's sort of funny. So I'm just walking back. I just went to the hotel, of course, with Tim. Tim's just chilling out, and I'm just going to get the bike back from the city there. So hopefully it's still safe in there. So just walking back into Little India now, and so I'll check in soon. But lovely area though, this one. Wait.
To realize that maybe I can do this myself. Maybe I don't need to wait for someone else to do it. If these people can do it, why can't I? You know, there are a lot of problems, but you know, if I'm willing to go through these problems, I'm going to do this myself. We tried to minimize the idea of money, just pay the rent and get it over and done. Don't think about it anymore. Let's work on something else. So there was also the issue of funding, the issue of licensing, the issue of rules. Like when we first opened the Up, we said no rules, nothing. And then things start happening, and things start going wrong. Or rather, I wouldn't say going wrong, but let's just put it as things start happening. And then you realize that leaving people to think on their own at this point may not work. So you try to give so-called advice, but then it turns into rules. So that becomes a conflict of moral and ethical ideas when you are trying to totally let go of everything.
And you see the words here, your mother gallery. You see the mother is bigger because the mother is bigger. And the gallery are small, all capital, because I'm living in a small living room. So I was living in Little India for 2 years, for 8 years already. And mother gallery started in 2004. So I've been living there now 2010. And I started the gallery also because I was doing a solo exhibition and I couldn't find a place.
Today, firstly, thanks for coming. It's nice to see such a big crowd. And today I'll not be showing you a PowerPoint about Post Museum. You should come to our place and experience it for yourself. It is really about being there yourself. And I will also not be showing you photos of what we do. Basically, I think it's not about knowing that people have done certain things or about people looking at photos of people doing certain things. It is really about doing it yourself. We initiated Post Museum 3 years ago on the behalf that independence is important. On the belief that independence is important, and that we, the people, need to come together to invest in, contribute to, and defend this space, which is both physical and ideological. So actually, on that note, I'd like to give my remaining 9 minutes to everyone here to dialogue and strategize about the future of independent space. And maybe Fendi can start by talking about substation as well, because I think we also want to hear your view.
Just attended a great public forum at the substation, and I'll ask Tim's opinion in a minute, but it was really good, and had people from Post Museum and Black Hole 212 and Your Mother Gallery as well, which was great. Lots of really important issues, and a lot of the discussion was around funding, which was kind of, close to home. It tends to be what people sort of talk about in Brisbane as well, and so, it just in a way, different issues, a lot more discussion of censorship, and I think that's something that's really important to keep in mind as a lot of spaces in Brisbane get funding, both at a local and sort of from Australia Council as well. So just it really interesting discussion. So I'll talk to Tim about it soon. Right, Tim, what's your feedback on the talk tonight? Did you enjoy it? Go on,
Who are you talking to?
Talking to the public. I'm talking to the public, the viewing public.
The voice changed.
The voice. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it was good.
The discussion was good.
Okay, great.